So you want to change a habit, but you just can't get yourself to do it. This is the module for you. So welcome to week 8, where we're going to talk about the motivation matrix and one simple tool that you can use to change a habit that maybe has been on the docket for a while. You've tried to change it, or you just can't seem to get yourself started on it. This is perfect for you. This matrix basically answers the question like, should I do it or not? And also can get you more clear on the exact what should I be doing. For context, it might seem really simple, right? We feel like we should know what we should be doing. We have protocols at this point. We know what should be getting into practice, but the reality is why we have coaches, why we work through this stuff together is because putting it into practice in real life is a lot different than looking at it on paper. And it's hard to face the practicality of actual change. Not just change of like a quick temporary, but like a lifestyle change. Like, am I going to do this for the long haul? If so, how? And is it worth it? And all these questions come up. And it's a lot more complex to change our habits than we'd ideally want. So this tool is going to be a wonderful way for you to basically get really clear on number one, is it worth it for you to make this change, this trade-off in your life? And if so, why? And that will get you clear on actually doing it and what are going to be the benefits of doing it or not, so that you can be more tied to not just the discomfort of the change in front of you, but actually the benefit of going through that discomfort in the long run. So let's talk about it. So this on the screen here is called the motivation matrix. So go ahead, get a sheet of paper, either horizontally, vertically, hot dog, hamburger style, doesn't matter. On the top row, you're gonna write pro and con. And then on the column side, you are going to write the behavior if you did change it and the behavior if you didn't change it. And so this is really important because what we typically tend to do is only assess the top part of that matrix of I should change this behavior because X, Y, and Z. And we don't even look at the flip side of like, maybe what's positive about if we didn't change it, because that right there is typically the thing that's holding us back from actually doing the behavior in the first place. Because if we are trying to change a behavior but it's not happening, it's because something is actually keeping us where we are. We're getting a benefit from being where we are. So what is that benefit? Let's analyze it and let's really see all the sides. So let's do an example together so you can better grasp how this will actually play out. My favorite example is waking up earlier to get a workout in. So you're gonna have the pros, the cons, waking up earlier to get a workout in, and don't wake up earlier to get a workout in. So in the pros of waking up earlier to get a workout in, number one, you are going to get your workout in early. First thing, it's done. You're waking up earlier. You're typically going to give yourself more energy for the rest of the day by getting your workout in. You are typically going to feel like you have a longer day ahead of you. You have more room to get more things done. You feel more productive and you don't have the burden of checking that box. You feel more accomplished, you build more momentum, and maybe you're able to go to sleep a little bit earlier as a result because you get tired earlier. So those are a bunch of pros. What about the cons of waking up earlier to get the workout in? Well, you could lose sleep. You could be waking up without actually going to bed earlier for a while, and that could impair your sleep quality, your restfulness. You could be having worse workouts. I know a lot of people who train in the evening. I am personally one of them who prefers the evening because I feel more energized and well fed versus waking up nearly fasted and tired in the morning. Some other cons might be some logistical barriers in your home. Maybe you have kids who wake up early, maybe there's a higher risk of being interrupted, or you might not be able to get the full workout in because if you don't wake up at the exact time, you won't be able to finish everything before you have to start work. Now, here's where it gets interesting. What about not changing the behavior? So let's think about the pros of not changing the behavior. You can sleep more, you don't have to go to bed earlier, you don't have to wake up earlier, you could spend time doing other things in the morning before work. You could not have to change your nighttime or morning routines. You would be avoiding the discomfort of change and you would be able to keep the routines that you have. There's probably more pros. What are those things that are really appealing to you? Maybe it's being able to stay up and doom scroll at night. Maybe it's being able to watch 4 episodes of your favorite TV show before bed because you're going to bed so late. What are those things that we're actually getting a reward from that's keeping us from changing the behavior? And then lastly, the cons of not changing the behavior. These ones are pretty simple. We tend to consider these: not reaching our goals, not getting our workout in, feeling more tired. So now we have all of the entire matrix filled out. What we can do here is make a fully informed decision by looking at all 4 quadrants. What do we really feel is worthwhile? And we can see what's been keeping us stuck and what the benefits are of actually making that change. And then you're also able to balance out, are the cons of making the change better than the cons of not making the change? Basically choosing between those 2 different trade-offs, right? And so we're able to make a fully informed decision that typically leads to us feeling more motivated and more centered and aligned with the goals that we are setting and the habits that we're trying to change. Do this exercise if you're really struggling with making a habit change. I promise you it will help give you clarity. So give it a try, let your coach know, and let us know how you liked it. That is all for the motivation matrix, and we'll see you back here in the next one.